we do have problems in the secondary, and it's been exposed 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row, it's been exposed. It's been exposed during the regular season, and we've got to get that issue fixed like ASAP. If we had some really, really good safeties back there, and I hate to knock the safeties. I think Nolan Turner has been good for Clemson, but I'm not going to just trash the guy. He's did some good things for us, but we've had questionable safety play. Darion Kendrick got lit up the other night. This guy normally plays great football, even when you're playing really good talent, and the guy's done some great things. He got absolutely smoked the other night. Clemson, I say we because I'm a fan, and a lot of people says we, but for the people who are being technical about it, Clemson.
I'm in the we camp.
Yeah, Clemson has got to pull together their secondary because if you look at all the great teams, the secondary was pretty solid, at least good and solid. Like you had good safety coverage. You had good field generals at safety position who was really paying attention to what was going on. They wasn't getting sucked in by the quarterback or anyway, we've got to fix that problem. I think offensive line for us, you lose 4 linemen. I mean, that just happens. That's life. That's the circle of life. But like you said, somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. So you have to look at the problems and you got to fix them. But yeah, this is the only profession where no matter how good, we've seen a lot of great teams lose. You have Ohio State sneaking into the playoffs that one year, as I talked about. Everybody talks about it. That was a monumental moment, with Jones playing quarterback for y'all, third string guy. Everybody says you shouldn't be there. You're playing Nick Saban. Somebody can fact check me on this one, but at that time they were pretty amazing, and you beat them. I mean, you wasn't supposed to. You beat them, and so it's going to happen. I wish my team won. They didn't, but you got to stand. It is what it is.
I got to move on from this comment because I've left it on the screen way too long. But Dr. Love, I will say like having him in the chat because I don't want to double love the comment there. But I'm not hearing any excuses here out of Bobby/Brian. None. Well, what do you got going here, Dr. Love? No excuses. I'm not hearing any excuses. That must be the secret formula for Ohio State to be an underdog because 10-point dog to Bama, 7 or 8-point dog to Clemson. They hadn't been that kind of, they were, whatever the game was last year, like a pick 'em, or maybe Clemson was a 2-point favorite, something in that range. I think it was actually the opposite in 16. I think Ohio State was a very slight favorite by like 2 points in that game. So, and an interesting fact about Urban Meyer's stay at Ohio State is as an underdog, which didn't happen a whole lot, but I think 6 times in his 9 years, he never lost a game. He did not lose a game as an underdog. He was 6-0.
I wouldn't doubt that. And I think that's also the next move for our ball club. And I was talking to you about this. I watched you and Pigskin Pete today. Nobody, if you haven't seen that episode from today, Pigskin Pete and Mark, I can't remember the name of the show. Go ahead, Mark. What's the name of the show?
Coast to Coast.
Go watch it. Yeah. It's ridiculously good. I called Pigskin afterwards and I told him, I said, dude, forget that we're friends, forget that we're Clemson fans. Y'all were just talking about football, and of course you talked about the game, but I said that is what sports talk used to be like. Before it got all crappy. And, somebody had to teach me a lesson about my life while I was trying to sit and, drink a beer and watch sports. I mean, I didn't want that. But y'all, it was so incredible. But to steal something that he said was Sweeney has been able to play little old Clemson, the Roy Bus, the underdog. Well, now we're not. You see how everybody is celebrating that Clemson lost and they got their tail kicked. It's like you were talking about earlier. you've transitioned, and I think that's where Sweeney will have to grow, and the way that they motivate these guys has to grow, because you've got 5 stars everywhere. You've got 2 national championships. You have 6 consecutive playoff appearances. Then most likely you're going to have a first round or first pick overall your school's ever had. Chance for a Heisman. I really don't see Trevor winning the Heisman, but if he did, that would be the first Heisman trophy. The guy's won so many games. He's did so great, but we're transitioning. We're having to transition as a team, and you can't play we're the underdog anymore. No. So I think that maybe some of that mentality is going to have to change. Maybe that's something that's going on.
You know what that is, Brian, with the discussion that Pigskin Pete and myself had today. That's just like you see with the big shows with Feinbaum and Cowherd. That's the staff of 15 to 20. That's the hours of preparation. That's all the producers running around building all those scripts and giving us all that information. We do the same thing, of course.
Yeah, man, there's a part of me that sounds kind of cool, and there's a part of me, and that just makes my head hurt, and I'm like, do I even know if any of this is true? Am I just regurgitating what a bunch of people's throwing at me? But yeah, I could tell that your teams had really worked on that.